Alana, high energy. You got this.
Hey, come on.
Welcome everyone to Rehashing the podcast. We're your hosts, Alana,
Adina,
Leanna,
and Sam.
and we'll be rehashing the week's breaking entertainment news, favorite pieces of pop culture, and a whole lot of Bachelor Nation recap.
Heck yeah.
So, long story short, we've had a group chat going for the last 5 years, ever since Ben Higgins was The Bachelor, and over time, our Bachelor recaps evolved into discussing the day's top entertainment stories and news and whatnot. And you know what? It just got to a point where we couldn't keep it to ourselves anymore. We had to share our very interactive, energetic conversations with everyone.
Amen.
So with that being said, you've been added to the convo and we're going to hash it out.
Let's do it.
Let's
get to it, babes.
Talk about like the run of the show, like how the podcast is going to work. So
Yeah.
I think first off, we're going to do some little recapping of some of the biggest pop culture stories this week. And then we'll finish up with a little Bachelor recap, if that works with everyone. We're good?
I am way too excited to talk about The Bachelor, as you all know.
I know. I don't even know if I could wait to get to it.
I know. Can we start with it, Leanne?
Matthew.
No, we're just going to like blitz through these few fast stories and then we're going to
Okay.
take it. So let's talk about the biggest thing that's happened this week. The Olivia Rodrigo of it all.
I just cannot. I can't handle them. I watched 10 episodes of High School Musical, the series.
Did you just watch it now for the first time?
I have never heard of these two people before in my entire life, and now I'm in love with them. I'm in love with Olivia.
You're like the classic meme that is all over the internet that is like me, that 27-year-old person who
Literally,
that is Adina.
That is literally Adina.
I was sitting at my TV Saturday night, 10 p.m. like this. Like my big smile, eyes open, watching Joshua Bassett confess his love to Olivia in episode 10, spoiler alert, and I unscripted, and I just couldn't handle it.
the unscripted of it all.
Yeah.
No, but like I'm gonna need a reminder in like 11 months from now when Spotify sends me my like Wrapped of the year and it tells me that Driver's License was the #1 song I listened to like 1 million plus times in the first 24 hours, because that song has been playing on repeat on my Alexa since Friday.
It's
In
so
love with
good.
it.
Like she
I wake
so
up
good.
and that's what I play.
She literally sounds like Taylor Swift. Like it's
No,
actually
she really
crazy.
She's better.
No, she's so good and she's
like
so
the,
young.
She's like the younger version of Taylor Swift, and she's honestly stunning too.
She's
like
disgustingly talented is what it
Beyond.
is.
Beyond.
She's just like beautiful, talented. She is going to go so far.
Yeah, I think so too. I think she's gonna be like the next thing in
Like
pop
I
music.
hope she's less petty than Taylor Swift, and I hope she like just goes further and makes more friendships and like beautiful things than Taylor. But yeah,
we have some mixed. We have mixed Taylor people in this chat.
Is mixed.
The
Are
group
they
is
called
really
Swifties?
mixed.
You're going to get mixed opinions on everything. For example, Adina doesn't like Taylor Swift.
Me
we all
neither.
kind of do.
I'm obsessed with her.
Oh my, is
I'm
it
in.
three,
A good
is it 3-1?
No, Adina, I'm with you. I
Okay.
kind of feel like
I'm on the edge. I don't know these
I'm on the
days.
edge. Yeah, I'm
I
on the
don't
edge.
have TikTok and really don't like TikTok. That is
Boo.
not a thing in this group.
Yeah,
It's
no.
3 against 1 there.
Yeah,
For
that's
real.
a big 3 against.
So
I
you're
just
going to get
feel
a
like-
lot of banter there.
I feel like Taylor is the snake emoji, like when it was happening. Like that's
Okay,
just
let's
what I
like
feel.
not hate on Taylor.
Sorry, okay, let's not rehash the whole thing.
Taylor
let's
is
not-
relevant this week.
Yeah,
We're talking
It's
about
Olivia's
Olivia.
week to shine.
We're talking
Sorry.
about Olivia. So for those of you that like may be under a rock, and like if you are under a rock, it must be like a meteor shower size giant enormous rock, because like where have you been? But basically Olivia Rodrigo, who stars in High School Musical, the series on Disney Plus, go stream it if you have not, was romantically linked to her co-star Joshua Bassett for a while after the show wrapped, and obviously things seem to have fizzled out. And she has since released a song called Driver's License, which we have now figured out is really based on her relationship with Joshua Bassett.
And him teaching her how to drive in the In-N-Out parking lot.
Adina, keep
The
it together.
TikTok.
They're 17.
The TikToks of people
Out of
dissecting
control.
lyrics.
No, but they're all the same. All the TikToks are the same. Like
Agree, it's the same theories.
one person must have made a TikTok, and then everybody else is just copying the TikTok.
But that's like classic. That's the trend. Like that's
I feel like I've learned like a little snippet here and there, like the jean jacket that she wears, that's his from the series.
Yeah.
The fact that he drives a white car.
Yeah, the white car parked in the driveway.
Yeah.
I know there's like a lot of little Easter eggs, but basically Joshua Bassett is releasing a song this week called Lie, 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 right? That's what it's called. And
something like
people
that,
think it's like in retaliation to Olivia's song, but I did some digging today and I've come to the conclusion that it's not, because he like released snippets of him singing the song that date back to like the timeline that matches up to when he was dating Olivia. So I think that the song is just like about another ex that's conveniently coming out now to like push forward this narrative of like Joshua versus Olivia.
So do you think that like his PR people,
100%.
you know, just in case, you know, people listening don't know, Leanna is like the queen of PR.
Oh, the queen.
So Leanna.
The queen of PR, foreshadowing the word the queen for later in this episode.
Don't get me started yet, because as you know, I'm getting way too heated about The Bachelor. But what I was going to say is, Leanna, from your perspective, do you think that maybe like Joshua Bassett's PR people and like Olivia's PR people are, you know,
okay, if I had to like make a strategic guess, I would say that their PR people are likely the same people. I think they're probably using the same person that works for Disney and High School Musical, the series. And they're just trying to push whatever narrative is going to get people to go watch that show, so that show's made more seasons. Like, that's realistically what's happening. But like, I just feel bad for Sabrina Carpenter, who's getting
that's what I just wanted to say. We didn't even mention the Sabrina Carpenter of it all.
I know.
The blonde.
The older blonde girl that I'm insecure about.
Yeah, we didn't even say why she made the song. Because Joshua Bassett is now rumored to be with Sabrina Carpenter. For those of you who don't know, Girl Meets World. She is, what's his name? The Sean of the new
She's
one.
the Sean of the new season.
Yeah.
She also is in that new show, that new movie with Jordan Fisher on Netflix called
Feel the Beat.
She was also
pretty, was it called, wait, Feel the Beat or Work It? What was it called?
Work It.
Oh, Feel the Beat is a different dance one.
That's a different one, yeah.
Got confused.
Yeah.
Too many movies.
Anyway, poor girl, she's just getting like dragged into this. People are hating on her now. It's like she didn't really have any much to do with it. Like, if he moved on to her, what do you mean she's getting dragged all over social media?
I know, but how do you know she had nothing to do with it?
No, but I'm saying poor girl that she's now getting thrown into this narrative. Like, maybe she did break them up, maybe she didn't. But like, I just feel bad for her that like the song is just so obviously pinpointing her. Like,
like she's gonna hear that song play for the next 2 years, whether she likes it or not. Like,
I wonder how many people like actually watched High School Musical, the series, like when it came out. I did. I watched it at the beginning.
Me too, but you and I are crazy about musical stuff like that. Like,
that's true.
Normal people our age are not watching High School Musical, the series now.
That's true. I watched it and I was like in love with it right away.
The thing is,
not
like,
surprising.
No,
everyone's using the song to describe like Blair, Nate, and Serena, like that blonde girl that I was always.
A Gossip Girl reference.
Yeah.
I like that.
They're comparing it to so many different shows with the blonde like getting in the way. You know.
Let me say, then I prejudged the fact that I saw everything on TikTok. Clearly, I did not see that theory. So
yes. I think I sent it to Leanna via DM.
No, you sent us one with One Tree Hill, Lucas Payton, and
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
okay. Yes. That's another blonde.
That's a good one.
Yes.
But yeah, so feel bad for all the people involved in this story, but don't feel bad for Olivia Rodrigo, who's like #1 globally right now. Her song literally cannot be topped. Yeah. She's killing it. I love that song. I will never not listen to it. And yeah,
maybe we should try and get her maybe we should try and get her on the podcast.
I would love to. I'm going to reach out to her people.
Your people call my people. I'll have your people call my people.
I just wish her only like good things.
Me too. She's good things. Love her.
All good things for Olivia Rodrigo.
Speaking of Olivia's, another Olivia has made the headlines this week and last week. And truthfully, it has never made me want to put my head in a toilet and flush more. Olivia Wilde has been spotted out many times in the past like 10 days.
Yeah.
With who I actually am madly in love with, Harry Styles. And listen, like everyone knows that like Harry likes older women. Like this has just been like a thing since like his 1D days. He's always been like attracted to the older women. Everyone like associates him with the cougar situation, lifestyle. I get it. But like, I'm not okay with this because of a book I read. And let me just break it down for you for 1 second. So basically,
our book. The best.
This book is called The Idea of You by Robin Lee. And if we can get anywhere in the launch of this podcast, it would be to have her on the show and just talk about this book, because
everyone should read it.
Everyone needs to read it. It's the most crazy book.
I'll add it to my list.
It's basically about this like 40-year-old mom that takes her like tween daughter to a boy band concert that's very loosely based on One Direction, but like kind of not so loose, if you know what I mean. And she falls in love with the front man of the band, who is like not so loosely based on Harry Styles. And they go on this like romantic whirlwind romance of
Don't spoil it for me because I didn't finish it.
No spoilers.
I'm only
but it is
steamy.
It is so steamy. It is so good. It will make you fall in love with Harry Styles in a way that you like did not think possible. But anyway, I am now just like constantly associating Harry Styles to the lead in this book. And
wait, I have a question.
Yes.
Sorry.
No, that's fine.
Like when Robin Lee wrote the book, like, okay, is it just like a rumor that it could be about Harry Styles, or
like,
is it like actually about Harry Styles?
So she's like gone on the record to say that like it's not directly based on Harry Styles, but like she's dropped enough hints that it's obvious, and like everyone has since made that connection that it's Harry Styles. Like it's a British band that won a contest that
Hayes
now,
Campbell, like
fair,
Hayes,
okay,
like it's so obvious,
fair,
but. She's also been like very outspoken about her love for band boys. Like she's obsessed with New Kids on the Block, and like that's what gave her like the inspo to write this kind of story. But it's the most incredible book. And now that like this is kind of happening in real life, with like real life Harry Styles stepping out with like a married, well, they were never married, her and Jason Sudeikis, but like
I didn't know that, by the way.
Yeah, they were never married.
Yeah, they were engaged for like many years.
They were like partners, but never like married.
They were engaged for like 10 years, I think.
No, I don't even think that long. I think it was shorter than that.
No, I think it was 7 years. Should I fact
regardless, they have kids together.
Like
it's not normal. So anyway, the story just makes me want to like throw up, because it's the idea.
Do they have kids together? They don't have kids.
They have 2 kids.
Oh, they do have kids together.
And something else.
I wasn't sure.
Yeah, 2 kids.
I just feel bad for Jason.
I know. I feel bad.
Like
he's like,
I wish I knew more. Like I wish I knew.
They were
I feel
engaged for 9 years.
See, 9.
That's crazy.
I feel like there's
shorter.
Yeah,
and they have 2 kids: Otis 6 and daughter Daisy 4.
Yeah. Aww. Anyway, I just can't get over this whole story of like Harry Styles with a cougar. She's like,
what's their age difference?
Apparently, they moved
10 years.
Together.
10 years.
10 years. I hear that she's like living with him in his house. Where are the kids? Where are the kids? Where are Otis and Daisy?
They're with Jason.
I feel so bad for Jason
Sudeikis. Apparently, he was on the record to say that he's heartbroken.
Yeah, I would be too if Mike's.
It's not confirmed.
For someone half my age.
It's not confirmed she's living with him. I think people saw her packing bags into her car and were like, oh my God, Olivia Wilde is moving in with Harry Styles. Like she could easily just be taking like suitcases out of her house and like going to his place. Like they're not necessarily moving in together, but like.
Something's happening. Anyway, I wish him the best because I love him.
It's not us. That's all that matters.
Yeah, it's just like I wish it were me. But realistically, I will never have a chance because we're the same age. So it's just like I'm not in the demographic of the
hip. And we know that he likes older women, clearly.
Yeah. How old is Harry Styles?
He's 20, I think 26, and she's 36.
Okay, well, I'm 27, so I fit his demographic.
Alana fits.
Me too.
Sam fits. Both of you the cougars.
We'll duke it out.
Yeah. Let me know. Let me know how it goes.
Okay, Harry Styles. Yes. Oh, he's our age. He's 26. He's born in 1994.
Yeah. So
I'm born in 93.
He's turning.
We're 93, babies.
Oh, sorry. He's turning 27 on February 1st. Happy birthday.
Happy early birthday, Harry Styles.
Harry. So yeah, that's my little spiel about Olivia Wilde and Harry Styles, and I'm not over it, and I probably won't get over it. And now I can never listen to One Direction song Olivia ever again.
I forgot about that song.
I deleted it from my One Direction faves playlist.
I think that's really dramatic.
That's really
a trigger warning for me.
I find that really dramatic.
Okay, speaking of dramas, what's the next thing going on? It's a TV story.
The Sex and the City revival saw Samantha.
I have lots of thoughts about this.
I just have lots of thoughts, and I want to know how they kill her off.
Wait, is she gonna actually be killed?
I feel like that's the only way to go. And she was battling cancer in one of the seasons. So I'm just.
But that's really sad. I find
it really sad.
Here's my thing. In my opinion, I mean, I have struggled to watch this show beginning to end. I've seen episodes. I've seen the movies. I find Samantha is a character that, without her, what is the show?
Can't
She's
go on.
A huge part of the show.
I've never watched. I've seen the movies, but I've never watched the show in its entirety. So I don't know how pivotal the character she really is to the show.
So
I feel like she's
my mom,
a big deal.
was obsessed with Sex and the City. She thought she was Carrie for some reason, just because she was single. And so I always had the shows on, the movies, and individually I hate every single character except for Charlotte. I guess she's okay, but together they make a nice group. They feed off of each other, and Samantha does add. Yeah, exactly. So I don't know how it will be without Samantha. Maybe they'll find a friend to replace. Maybe they'll bring in another character. I forget their other names.
You can't replace Samantha. It's just not.
I know, guys.
I know.
Stop.
Yeah, we can't replace our Samantha either.
Stop, guys. I know.
But I don't know. Whose fault was it? Was it Sarah Jessica Parker or?
Well, for years that's been the topic of conversation. One hates the other hates.
You just can't have it without SJP.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Any idea when this is coming out? Have they like?
Hold on. That brings me to my next thing. This is classic Lizzie McGuire reboot.
What do you mean?
It got greenlit. They start like shooting it. They realize it's not working, and it's just not going to happen. Like,
don't put that into the ether.
It's the reality of that world. Like,
that was a
just because it's greenlit and like everything's ready doesn't mean we're ever going to see something.
No, but it's a bit different. I think if they're putting that promo out, like it's coming.
Like it was HBO that released the promo with Lizzie McGuire. Like, with all due respect, like Lizzie McGuire revival would have been my dream and all of our dreams, I think, because that's literally like our childhood.
No, it would have been bad.
But I feel like, okay, but just the fact like that there was a
yes, it was an exciting thought.
Don't like burst my bubble here, Alana.
I'm sorry.
But I also think that
wait, hold on,
was like 50. Oh, sorry, Samantha.
It's fine. What I was just gonna say is that like when the Lizzie McGuire thing was happening, Leanna, stop, you're making me laugh. It was just Hilary Duff that was like posting, and yeah, there were like pictures of the cast all together, but I don't know, for some reason this like the Sex in the City. I lost my.
Hold on, let's let Leanna cough.
Are you okay?
Oh, she muted herself.
Anyway, what I was gonna say is I just feel like this one felt like way more official. Like HBO posted, all the characters posted, like there's a name for it. Like the Lizzie McGuire one, like the name for this one is like just like, you know, because she always says like, and just like that. So like that's gonna be the name. But with the Lizzie McGuire one, like it didn't feel as official. You know what I mean?
I agree, and I feel like it was less official also because it was so long after. Like, if you think Sex and the City is still like part of people's like generation, it's like wasn't so long ago that the last movie came out.
Yeah.
So it's like Lizzie McGuire. I feel like the last episode came out in like 2005.
I don't want to put all my eggs in one basket. Like, I don't want to get my hopes up and then be disappointed.
Fair.
I really hope Aiden is in it. I love him.
Oh no, she's already married to Big. Like it's enough.
I love when he like
can't even relate to this conversation. Like you're saying things.
Sorry.
Did you not see the movies? Because the movies,
like I did, but not.
No, those two movies are like literally the best movies.
I need to rewatch like when they're in Abu Dhabi, right?
Yeah, the best.
Yes, and she sees Aiden.
She sees Aiden, but then she marries Big, so it's over.
But the thing is, like with Aiden, like. And then when he was in Raising Helen as the priest.
Oh, that's a great movie. Remind me later that I want to watch.
It's really
that.
the best. We should watch it.
Amazing movie.
Speaking of shows and movies and everything of the sort, Bridgerton, the hottest thing on Netflix right now, including the Duke, most specifically
the Duke thing to come out of court.
The best TikTok trend about Bridgerton is like when people are posting like, oh, like why is everyone so like excited lately? Like why is everyone so worked up about Bridgerton? And then all of a sudden you see the Duke like coming in on a horse, and then they're like, oh, that's why.
No, I can't with all of it. There's like I have that's how I feel.
When I watched it, I didn't like understand
the hype.
There was just something like that felt missing to me. I couldn't understand why this show was called Bridgerton, and then I learned like a week later why it's called Bridgerton, and all of a sudden I'm obsessed with this show that I watched 2 weeks ago.
But the best is when I was talking to somebody and they were like, how fun is it that it's called, like they call themselves like the Ton?
Oh my God. I didn't get that at first either. I started research. They kept saying like the Ton.
You're about to enlighten Alana right now.
Wait, I've never heard that either.
Okay, because their name's Bridgerton,
and the other shows with like magnifying and like earmuffs. Like I don't even understand. Like
but subtitles.
You realize that like all the families are like Bridgerton, Featherton.
Yeah. So it's called the Tin where they live. It's like the Tin. That's what like the elite group is.
Yeah, that's why at certain points Daphne would be like, oh, are you going back to the Ton or whatever, the this? And I didn't understand what she was talking about. It was like around the point in the show when like,
spoilers.
Okay, I won't spoil, but it was like towards the end of the show when like things were up in the air. You know?
Things were getting steamy.
No, but they were in London.
No, I know, but when I don't want to give too much away, but like
basically, but that's what they called like those elite families that do these debutantes.
But I think they're not. I don't know if they're specifically in London because I think they all go there specifically for courting season. Because at the end of the season, they go elsewhere. They're like, oh, I'm off back to my place.
Right, but
whatever it is.
In this season, they made 2 references: one of an area in London that I know of, and one of like an actual like location. And I was like, wow, that's like so crazy. Like, I know where Bloomsbury is. I forget what the other thing was called. And I was like, but I like knew they didn't actually film there. So it didn't even look like it. But I was like, wait, I've been there before and I had to Google it.
But I was literally researching like, what is a ton in Bridgerton?
Yeah.
Like, I should have just asked you, what the hell? Like, I should have asked you
The
guys.
encyclopedia of television.
But I couldn't
Like, this is where you get
all
all your answers. This group chat.
This group chat.
I know.
This is why we
It's
have
Google.
the group chat.
There's also we need to discuss their names, right? Their alphabetical order names.
Yeah.
Smart.
Anthony, what was B again?
Bennett, Colin,
Daphne, Eloise, the
Eloise.
sister that comes back, and then the two little ones.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and I found it interesting, like it's just like I don't know, I feel like it just made their family like more like posh.
But then I find it interesting, like, why wouldn't they do the books in order of the alphabet?
I didn't even know that that's not a thing.
Did you read the books? Maybe the books are in order of the alphabet.
No, they're not, because the first book is The Duke and I, which is
But
Daphne.
I also feel like, I mean, then again, like they could have made like the names different or whatever, but I feel like it was
I know why.
important that Daphne went first and like Anthony was like older, but he
it's
wasn't
the first daughter.
established. Oh, the first daughter.
Yeah,
I guess it's in order of how they get married off. I'm gonna assume
exactly
that's how it's gonna go.
Okay, this is very much amateur hour of me, but my laptop is gonna die, so I'm just gonna go grab my charger. It was at 100%, but now it's at 30. So
okay,
continue on without me. I'll be right back.
You do you.
Amateur hour.
Yeah, you do you. Yeah, I don't know. I wish I'm like waiting for a season 2. Have you started the books yet, Adina? Because I know you.
No, I'm going to start, I think, in February, because I need to read our book club book, for those of you who don't follow Adina's book club. And I need to read that, so I don't want to overload myself. So maybe I think I might read one more book and then book club book, and then I know myself that if I start the series, I will have to read all 8 books in a row.
Yeah, that's
so I really
fair.
I need to like.
You need to pace yourself.
Yeah, I need to.
You need to like slot out time.
Exactly.
But wait, so are you going to take a break from book club so that you could read all 8 books?
No, I will put another book in there at one point.
Okay.
I'm sure.
Just checking.
Yeah. But the books are not so long. They're like average size books. 360.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bridgerton.
Well, listen, Bridgerton was a great time. I'm really excited for season 2, if and when we get it, which I assume we will, because A, there's so many books, and B, it's Shonda, and like Shonda just won't let us down. Like, she's done too many.
And it's getting so much.
It's #1 on Netflix. It's doing amazing. Like, I just feel like the odds of us not getting another season is like pretty low.
Yeah, I think we'll get all 8 seasons.
I hope. Fingers crossed.
So we'll come back to that when and if we get a season 2.
I just hope it doesn't take so long.
I know.
COVID, everything's going to take long.
Like, what's that show that we're still waiting for Mindy Kaling?
Oh, Never Have I Ever?
Yeah, they paused production. They just paused today. They announced they paused production on it again. COVID.
Okay, and all my shows that I like from Netflix, like The Society, got canceled, and I'm just very upset.
Well, at least
it's not canceled.
And you know what we have?
That will never be canceled.
We have this. We have our podcast. And we have The Bachelor.
Which is really all we ever could need.
That's really what matters. You know,
it's why we're here.
It was a tough go at the beginning, you know, when we were unsure with COVID if we were going to get The Bachelor. The Bachelor was delayed. But, you know, as Alana said earlier in the podcast, this group chat was created first and foremost because of The Bachelor, because of our boy Ben Higgins, who we know is like so 5 years ago. We won't really get into him, but he was like,
and he kind of let us down a bit,
a little bit, but now we're happy for him. But he was like our OG Bachelor love. Like, we just like really felt for him, you know? So,
and he had hotties on his, like, he had the good girls. He brought us, what do you mean he brought us? JoJo and Lauren and Amanda Stanton and the Fergie twins, right?
Yeah.
Those are the only girls I remember, to be honest with you.
Well, those are the only girls I even like still follow on.
Oh, there was Kayla Quinn also.
Oh, she's engaged now too.
She is
engaged.
Yeah, she's engaged to like
she had
a normal guy. I don't know.
A normal guy, and she had an episode. She did an episode of Say Yes to the Dress.
She did.
Oh,
she did. But what I really wanted to start off with before we get into Matt, because there's a lot to say about Matt, Matchler, Hottie, whatever you want to call him.
Oh, I never heard that.
What, Matchler?
Yeah, I love it.
It's everywhere.
Have we not discussed this already?
Maybe.
I guess not. But before we get into
the least active,
we need to talk about something that's not more important, but equally important. Alana's about to get like really heated, so everybody relax and
buckle up.
Stay tuned. It's Peter and Kelly and Barb, because Barb is involved. So the quick recap for anyone who is hiding under a rock: Peter Weber and Kelly Flanagan broke up. Kelly was on Peter's season of The Bachelor. He didn't pick her. She got eliminated, top five or six?
I think she went home fifth. She got cocky.
Peter was a mess of a bachelor, basically proposed to all of his final three, and somehow ended up with Kelly. And we thought they were all going strong, but now we're finding out that they're not. So I feel like Alana maybe needs to start this one off.
So when was it? It was back in March when lockdowns were starting, and they caused a bit of a controversy because they were out in public together, and everyone was just one, why aren't you social distancing? And two, you were number 5. What are you two doing together?
Yeah.
And then we all speculated and whatnot, and then it was probably May. They came out as they're officially together, and they gave us all this content last year after that, and I just lived for it all. And then
the cringy
side note, Alana always sends pictures in the group chat of Kelly, and she writes my girl.
Yeah. She's the hype woman of Kelly.
I am Kelly's Barb.
You are
Kelly's Barb. That's
I'm her Barb. I'm her biggest supporter, her number 1 fan. I wish her nothing but the best. And to be honest with you, I used to be Peter's number 1 fan. He was my choice bachelor. And then we met Matt James.
The women
let you down.
Peter, listen, December 31st is always going to be 2020 is going to be a dark day for me for the rest of my life, because I was enjoying my nice little charcuterie board at my New Year's Eve. And I open Instagram and I see that you and Kelly are done, and I thought it was a joke.
You, as if you're as if Peter is going to watch this and you're addressing him.
I think I never really liked Kelly.
You didn't?
I didn't like how she came on the show. I already met Peter in the hotel lobby, and then everyone was it just was such a thing. Shh.
I do feel she came on thinking she was better than everybody.
Yeah, she's a lawyer. Are you still a lawyer, babe? Are you?
She is. She works for her dad's law firm.
Sorry.
Which gives her the flexibility to go wherever she wants.
Okay.
Anyway,
then I wish them both well, apart. It's fine. It is what it is.
I'm sure she's happy without Barb in her life.
I just want to know what happened. I want to know, because I feel Kelly is a strong woman, and I just feel, I don't know, I don't see Peter being the one to break it off with her.
Didn't his brother even say about him that he's a party boy and doesn't want commitment? She probably was "Kay, we've been together, we've done this whole COVID quarantine thing, I'm moving to New York with you." She probably wanted some sort of stability, and he was probably swaying in the wind.
I need to leave room for my mother.
I do think he was the one to break up with her. Stupidest mistake of his life. But I think he was the one to end it with her. I think there was obviously some buildup, whether she saw it coming or not. I know she expressed hesitation about going to New York and being away from her family. She talked about how her dad had cancer, her brother's sick,
Oh.
And
now she says she's gonna move anyway, which kind of confuses me because
right. So that's where I was.
I want to know what's in New York. What's everyone going?
New York is a great city.
Yeah, but it's COVID.
And Zach are there, and that's all I care.
Oh, who?
Sorry, Tasha and Zach. Yeah, say it louder for the people in the back.
Sorry, I have I'm obsessed with Tasha and Zach, as everyone knows, and I'm constantly looking up on Instagram Zaysha fan hashtag Zaysha.
Guilty of that hashtag.
But I just find
I didn't know people look up hashtags. I didn't understand why there's even hashtags on Instagram. I didn't
necessary to sift
so that Leanna and Sam can look up. I don't even do that for Peter and Kelly, or I didn't do that for Peter and Kelly.
Can I tell you why though? Can I tell you why I do it?
Tell me.
Because I just find after the last season of The Bachelor, of Tasha, sorry, it was literally 3 weeks ago, but Tasha and Zach, they didn't give us any closure. We had an amazing proposal, but we usually get an after the final rose. We get Jimmy Kimmel the night of. We didn't get anything. So obviously me and Leanna, who are major stalkers, and I know you guys are too, but I just feel with this one, Leanna and I went overboard.
Yeah,
we just felt we needed closure.
More content. We just needed more
content. Not even closure, just more content on how it went down, what happened after they got engaged.
I just didn't feel connected to them. I don't know why.
I needed to see Zach moving that couch out of Tasha's dad's
house.
I needed that content.
Zach reminded me of a pristine boy, a
toe
camp. I can't even explain it. He just is not for me.
Listen,
but they looked very cute. They looked very cute.
I just find they're really
happy.
Happy. They're very
That's all
happy.
that matters.
Yeah, that's
she
all
got
that
her new Nikes. I'm so happy I voted in her.
Me too, I
poll.
voted.
Me too. I voted for those ones too.
I voted for So
on that note, I feel like, you know, there's not much else to say about Peter and Kelly because like it just is what it is. You know, they were what they were.
We need them both to move on, and it's not fair if we're gonna keep talking about it.
But what we do need to keep talking about
is Hottie.
Is Matt
It's the
James.
pièce de résistance. It's why we are here.
It's literally why we are here. I feel like at first when we were like talking about doing this podcast, we're like, should it be all about The Bachelor? Because we could literally sit for 12 hours in a row talking about The Bachelor, no problem. So
no problem at all.
We've
done it before.
I feel like there's so much to say. I feel like, you know, there's so much to be said about the fact that Matt James has never been on a Bachelor.
I love that.
Agreed. I love it. I love that I love that he came from like the Tyler C world because we all love Tyler C, even though he's like sometimes a bit cringe, but we still love him no matter what. And
you know what I love, Samantha? I love that, like, I feel like the term The Bachelor is like an eligible man, like accomplished, like, you know, like a man. And I just feel like we've been getting boys.
We have been.
I just feel like this is like the first eligible Bachelor since like Sean Lowe. And I'm just
it's a good call.
Yeah.
I'm
and
so
he's like
excited.
He's like a real guy who's like just like eligible for like love and he just wants it.
Loves the kids, has a good job. Like
loves his mom.
Had to be.
Had to be.
I think we like need to recap this week's episode though. Like I think that's actually like break down because like
try and like
much happened. And normally like when we watch The Bachelor, we have our group chat obviously going like crazy, and then we'll get on FaceTime in between every single commercial and be like, okay, what the frick just what happened? Like, let's talk about it. But last night, obviously, we were like, we need to save our thoughts for this purpose.
Yeah.
So I'm like busting at the goddamn scenes, and I just need to talk about it.
Okay, let's do it. Let's just dive right into it.
Let's start with the recap of the whole episode, where it took us from ABC's The Bachelor to Camp YCC, Camp CDV, wherever you chose to spend your summers as a child, that is where we were teleported to.
Yeah, literally.
The
summer camp.
Episode starts off with the campers, you know, running up to the rec hall, getting ready for like, ooh, what's the big activity? What's the big surprise? And, you know, one of the little campers gets to go off on her date. And, you know, all the girls, they like watch out of jealousy or out of nosiness from behind and like, just like, you know, see what's going on.
All that's missing is their Ugg boots.
All that was missing was
they probably even had Ugg boots.
But to be honest, they were wearing like sweatpants the whole episode.
Yes,
the
lounge wear.
They were literally wearing.
Not hear what Bree said when she like got picked for a date. She's like, "This is my worst outfit."
Yeah,
like none of them were prepared for that.
It's too funny.
And then you know he has his date with Bree. Bree is such a lovely girl, top contender for all of us.
Beautiful.
And beautifully stunning. She like spills her guts to him, and we'll get into that after. Let's continue what happened in the episode. Then we go on to the group date, this massive group date, which essentially every girl was invited to. Don't know why.
Because there's 30 girls this season. That's why.
Because you know why. That? You know why there were so many girls? Because
Matt
is
hot.
Yes. But because it was color war, and they were playing capture the flag.
They needed enough people on each team.
Exactly. They couldn't have like 10 people. They needed everyone.
Where were their cheers?
You're right. You know what? It was a sucker summer camp, but like they tried.
Yeah.
They did
and
try.
I'm sure that throughout the season it's just going to be more camp content for us.
Nemma Colin is stunning.
Stunning.
Who?
Nemma Colin,
like the
location.
Oh, I thought it was a girl I've never heard of. I'm like,
no. The name of I don't know if it's like Nemma Colin, but it looks nothing like the camp we went to. That's for damn sure. But what I will say is that like it really does feel like a cat. Like it feels like
a palace.
Yeah. They're going to their.
But from the outside, it feels like when you look at it from the outside, it looks like you're in a palace, and then it's like the activities are camp YCC, CB,
and
Winnebago, wherever you went to camp. Like it's not normal.
So random.
No, that's like the Toronto version of YCC.
No, isn't it like Walden?
No, a Winnebago is
Walden.
Like the van.
Timberlane.
Yeah. Anyway, whatever.
Irrelevant.
Anyway, irrelevant. Where were we? The group. Well, we briefly talked about Bree. Honestly, to be honest, like there's not that much to say about Bree. Like we all really liked her. We liked her vibe with Matt.
Loved her earrings.
Beautiful.
I can't believe her mom is literally younger than Claire.
Yeah, her mom had her when she was 13 years old.
I need a full story.
I know. We need like we need one-on-one time with her, like actual one-on-one with her about her mom. Like I need to know more about her life.
I think she's going to make it to top 4. That is my opinion. And I think we will get a hometown date. We will see her mother.
You're right.
Keep in mind, how old is Matt? Matt's 28, 29. The mom is 37.
Yeah. It's crazy.
She's 24, Brie.
And like I was on her Instagram. It's not a very lively Instagram, but she does have some good content. And you know what? She looks like she's had a very nice life.
I'm so happy for her.
I love her. I'm here for her.
Okay,
Yeah,
like her
really
too.
good.
Let's talk about the people that we're not here for.
Let's finish
let's finish the
let's finish recapping. We had Capture the Flag. The girls wore wedding dresses. It was
which
really
I
weird.
hate when they do the wedding dresses.
Hate that.
Did you guys see what Vanessa Grimaldi posted? She
No.
posted on her Instagram stories.
Oh, right, because they did that on her season.
Got to give Vanessa a little shout out because she's a Montreal gal like us. But
100%.
I saw on her story, she posted like, this seems familiar. Like it reminded me of when I was on The Bachelor and we also had to wear wedding dresses, but our wedding dresses were like 1,000 times uglier. And then she posted a picture of her in a wedding dress. Her hair was in this weird ponytail. The dress was like,
I remember that.
Yeah, it was like the ugliest dress I've ever seen. She's like, these dresses are way prettier, but clearly, all to say, it's
I want to go
like
see
a repeat date that they do often.
But that's the classic Bachelor move. Yeah, they had Tayshia and Zach pose for wedding pictures. Like, also they're obviously very like limited to what they can do.
It's enough with the wedding dresses. Like you wear a wedding dress when you get married. You're not wearing them frivolously. Yes, on any day of the week. Like I'm sorry, you wear.
Especially to play Capture the Flag in the mud.
It's sacred.
Yeah, agree. Fully agree.
Sorry, Alana. You could continue the recap.
Oh, that's fine. Don't worry. But, well, let's do the recap quickly because we have so much more to say. So we have the date. One of the teams win. And in classic Bachelor fashion, the losing team goes back to the rec hall and they have to go back to the other girls that are left over because apparently there were girls that didn't get to go on this group date. And then the other girls get to go to the wash house, shower for dinner, and go to this date with Matt. To be honest with you, I think I'm missing something from no, he gave the group date rose to
Lauren.
To Lauren, which was a sneaks pick. And
we all thought she was going home this week.
My Bachelor bracket is not looking good for this week.
I had her in my bracket.
I had her in my bracket, but
so happy for you guys.
She's a bit of a sleeper. Like I was debating. I only put her like last minute, thanks to my sister for telling me to do it because she.
Hey, we can't collude.
What is this? Your sister's in the same bracket as us. That is colluding, and you will be disqualified.
She didn't say anything. She just said like, I think Lauren goes
collude,
and then I copied her. Like that's what happened.
That is colluding.
Hey, sorry.
It's okay. I texted everyone.
Word of the week.
Christina, you texted me also.
I texted Sam. I said, please
stop airing out our dirty laundry.
She told me no. Don't worry.
Okay,
I did tell her no.
But yeah, so Lauren got the group date rose, kind of a surprise because I don't feel like we really even saw what warranted her getting the group date rose unless I slept on it because this group date was just not.
They talked about God.
Right, we went over this. We did talk about this yesterday. She talked about God, but I'm just like, she's not one of my top contenders. So Okay. And then he gets to go on a one-on-one with Sarah. Again, not that exciting. I think she'll make it like relatively far, and then
she didn't give a lot of her, and then she did. Her dad is really sick, and it really brought up
right.
He liked her. Now we're at the rose ceremony.
Then we have the rose ceremony. Victoria's insane, which we'll get to in a minute, and then it ends mid-rose ceremony. We don't know who's going home. Screwing with our Bachelor
and a Bachelor episode.
Like we don't care that someone was passing out. Like
give it over. Like. Show us.
And he gave her a water bottle at the infirmary.
Oh yeah,
right.
Alana,
they had to bring her to the infirmary to get her feet soaked.
Her foot. Exactly.
But Alana wrote in the group chat on their way to the infirmary. Yeah. I was like done. I was like, that's it. I am crying. My laugh is coming out. Like I couldn't take
the
laugh.
It's true.
I think we really need to unpack Victoria, and I'm going to start by saying that I believe she is a hired actor.
Okay, this is my actual thought. I've been watching the show, like, as you guys know, since the beginning of time. Like, I literally watched the first episode when I was in grade 1. I, like, have not missed a season. I've seen every single episode. I've seen every variation, Bachelor Pad, Bachelor in Paradise, what have you. As the show has gone on, it's become more scripted in the sense that they keep these characters on for the point of like a stupid narrative.
Yeah.
Like I would have so much more respect for the show, and like I'm not bashing it because everyone knows that I love it and it literally is my life, but like I would have so much more respect for the show as like a network TV show that's been on for so long if they just actually made it about like someone trying to fall in love. Like I get that you need the comedic relief of fucking crazy people like Victoria, I understand, but at some point it's like enough. Like
enough.
Corinne Olympios of it all in Nick's season, like that would have been enough. But like her and her stupid outfits with her bra sticking out, like you look like you're shopping our den.
No. She looks like
the
a
back
13-year-old camper going to the social. Like
literally
where is that dress from? She's not wearing the right bra with it. Like
Princess
it's just
Polly, like the sale rack. Like I don't know.
No, but it's not even the dress. It's the bra in the back. Like that is
the clip bra with
it's literally Victoria's Secret ball bra.
She's 27 years old and she's
not real.
I actually think
she's not real.
I agree with Adina. She could be an actress. And I want to say one other thing. I feel like with the Claire and Tayshia situation, like, yeah, there was drama, but there was so much that like was just happening naturally with like Claire leaving with Dale and all that. Like the producers didn't need to come up with drama to make it dramatic.
Mm-hmm. Except for like the Noah Bennett.
Okay, the Noah Bennett thing. Like
agree. I agree.
But when those things happened, they happened and then they were dealt with. Like I felt like Tayshia kind of dealt with that really quickly, and she just like I don't know, I didn't feel like it lingered for too long.
Mm-hmm.
With this, I just feel like we're only on episode 2, and like Victoria is already like the worst Bachelor contestant. She's like Tiara's eyebrow, like
literally
that's how
Tiara's
bad.
eyebrow.
Okay, and like the sparkle,
I just don't
it's just too
understand.
fake. Like we don't, and especially last thing, after seeing like how Tayshia and Zach were like actually so in love, like I don't want to see this like stupidity with Victoria. Like I want to actually see Matt finding this girl.
I don't want to see a Peter Hannah kind of
I don't
proposal
want
where like the girl really thought she was about to get broken up with.
I just
she should have
like stop. Like there's gonna be drama naturally. There's
exactly
30 girls in a house. Stop with the hired actresses. Stop with giving girls like these crowns. Like let it just happen. It'll come out. Don't worry.
I think she's not going to stick around as long as we think she is. I really do think by the third rose ceremony, she's going to be out of there.
I don't think so. I think she's going to make it to the 2-on-1 with somebody.
She's a 2-on-1er. She's like a
but the 2-on-1. I feel like the Sanders info.
The thing is though with her, with
will come sooner. It'll come sooner because of how like early the drama started. Like it'll come.
I really would be surprised if she made it to like the 4th week, like past the third rose ceremony. Like you could tell he doesn't want to keep her, and like she's one of those girls.
I don't know.
I talk about their kiss. Like it literally looked like she like jumped him, and he did not want to kiss her.
She asked him for a kiss. She's like, "Can I kiss you before you?"
We'll know his feelings based on whether Marilyn goes home or not. He got her a flower, and now suddenly she's like almost ready to go home because something.
Is she gonna go home? Because I didn't put her in my bracket. So
I put her in my.
I put her in mine.
Because you told me she has a. I put her because you told me she had a.
Again with the colluding.
It wasn't colluding. Samantha told me that Chris Harrison said that she has an emotional story, and we have yet to hear this emotional.
No, I didn't say she had emotional story. I said she has roommate drama, and the roommate drama happened already.
Oh no, he can't give her an orchid and not a rose. Like that doesn't.
I know. Like
I think the orchid counts as the rose.
It's very confusing.
He obviously like cared enough to get her favorite flower that wasn't a rose. Like, have we ever seen a flower that wasn't a rose on the show? No,
never.
So
can I also say, I agree. I also want to say one other thing. I feel like because of all that drama that like happened at the rose ceremony, they ended up cutting different things from the episode. Like, remember last night I saw Matt James posted on his story a picture of him with Serena, like in that red dress. And I was like, did I miss something? Because Serena was wearing the red dress. So unless that happens at the beginning of next week, then like I feel like they had to cut
they did
content because of the stupid drama.
No, for sure.
Can we talk about the news or the Us Weekly that came out yesterday? About the condom.
Yeah, they used condom found in a tree on the set, like on
Matt James's property.
Like, if we're being realistic,
it could be production.
It's obviously somebody from production. Like it's
Why?
I don't think it's Matt James
Did
getting
anyone
with someone.
Did anyone actually read the article?
No.
No.
Just the
So
title.
we all read the headline and are
This
making
is
our
like
assumptions.
so what I'm guilty of. Like my serial
Yeah.
killer trait is like reading headlines, not the story. Like
So
so bad.
my theories are, one, that it's production and it's either two producers or like two people who work behind the scenes. It could be as scandalous as a producer and a contestant.
Oh, yes.
Or it could just
Unreal.
be like, maybe it's from a fantasy suite date. Like none of us know at what point in filming they found it. They could
It
have
wouldn't
found
be
it
in
at the
a
very end.
tree.
Why would it be in a tree?
That's not Matt James.
No. It's
not
not
our
like Peter
Matt.
in a windmill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
I don't know. I'm not like, we don't know. We don't know.
Like
they were in a-
realistically, who knows for sure.
Ivan and Tasha had the little trailer. Like who the
Yeah.
hell knows? Maybe they didn't know where to put it, so he just like threw it up.
Could you imagine? Just like
No,
happy that
no.
they're
It's like
being
so
safe.
risky. You have to
Also,
know.
already the budget for Matt's season is
exponentially higher. It's
He
crazy.
flew in a
Okay,
helicopter
wait.
and then a
Oh, it's
Mercedes
higher.
Benz. Like,
Yeah.
there's no
I
way
don't-
they're going in a trailer.
I don't think, like, everyone's like, oh my god, the budget for Claire and Tasha versus Matt. Like, I don't think it was a budget thing. I think it was like a state of the world thing. Like,
Yeah.
they couldn't leave California. Like,
Very
their options
limited
were
resources.
limited. And then like
100%.
things started getting better, and they were like, okay, here's Nemacolin, this like beautiful resort that we've never used before. Like,
Yeah.
why have we never used it? And like, they're
Yeah.
using it to their advantage.
I
And
think they
do
should just
think
do that from now on. I'm not
I
really
ha-
into the traveling.
I have a
I love the traveling.
I
It's,
feel like whoever the next Bachelorette is, if we're getting that this year,
like realistically,
like
it's
it's gonna be there again.
We think it's going to be Abby.
100%.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk quickly about who we think maybe, like, who the top contenders are. And then we have another fun little segment about
Like round this show up.
to round this show up because it's just too fun not to do. So I feel like we all, to be honest, we haven't even like talked about our top contenders.
I think we have the same.
But I feel like we
all
just,
the same.
everyone has the same ones.
Okay,
I have like
so
4. I just don't know like what the order is. Yeah.
Fine. We don't want to talk about the order.
I don't
we don't
have-
Okay.
Yeah.
so mine, so Brie.
Yeah.
Wait,
Same.
let's do a thing. Raise your hand if you agree. Okay. Let's
Okay.
just.
We have to say we're raising your hand if someone's just listening to the audio.
This is a podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. So
Okay.
agree.
Say I.
Okay.
Okay, Brie,
I.
Abigail,
I.
Rachel,
I.
Serena P,
I.
1 second. Let me check my
Serena P is the
document.
23-year-old publicist that's like never actually worked a day in PR.
From
right?
Toronto, even though we
Okay.
haven't seen much of her
Oh,
yet.
we love because it's Toronto. So I.
Also,
think,
she was in the promo riding a horse, so
Like,
she gets a one.
I have a
But-
feeling. I have a feeling she'll go far.
I
but
also
the
think
thing
Sarah's going to go
is-
far, too.
Is that we're getting new girls who are going to go far also. We
You
have
know
to
who
remember
Sarah
that.
reminds me of as a contestant?
Who?
Kelsey. She just like
Which
Oh, I
Kelsey?
see that.
swept
Yeah.
right. Like we didn't like see her making it that far, and she just did. And like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I see that. I get that vibe.
Yeah, Kelsey made it. Whose season was Kelsey on? Peter.
Peter, she was the fourth.
Wow. I do not
Champagne.
see them together at all.
He didn't get back together with her. He didn't propose to her.
She must
so-
feel really bad about herself.
Yeah.
Like the only
Straight
one
to number 5.
pursue post show. Okay, speaking of people that remind us of people, let's
Yeah.
play this game.
Okay, so this little game is called The
Something we play all the
Bachelor-
time.
Yeah, the Bachelor Lookalike segment. I feel
so
like
good.
it's just a really important.
It's just like the highlight of my Monday night. Ooh, for sure.
And like when that person just comes to mind, there's just no better feeling.
Especially
of
when
it.
it's like at the tip of your tongue and you're like,
Yeah.
I see you. Who are you? Who are you? Like that was me week 1 with Katie. And I realized that she's
Wait, who does
the girl
Katie
from,
look like?
the girl from SNL.
Oh,
Vanessa,
yeah.
Vanessa,
Yeah.
what's her name? Bayer, Vanessa Bayer. It's
Yes!
not hair, but it's the face and the mannerisms. And the second I saw that, I was like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
there
that's
are some other hilarious ones. We have like
Yeah.
a few.
So another really good one is Sarah. We have a mix for her. We
Oh,
think
yeah.
she's a little bit Alexis.
From
So if you've
La,
watched,
la, 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 la.
so if you've watched Schitt's Creek, which is the best show ever, you know that
Stop, David.
Alexis Rose really looks a little bit like Sarah. She
Right.
also looks like Michelle Trachtenberg, who played Georgina Sparks in Gossip Girl. She played the Ice Princess in the Disney movie, and she looks a lot like her too. And last but not least, which was Leanna's call last night.
This one hurt to come to. Like I was
This
like,
is-
she looks like a German model. Then I'm Googling German models. I'm like, hey, no. Then it just came to me like literally like God gave it to me and I couldn't be happier.
So it's
Which-
Leanne Rimes,
Yeah.
the country singer, And this has been also
and a part of the biggest Real Housewives of Beverly Hills scandal.
true.
Sorry.
And she also looks like Dale.
No.
Dale. Literally Dale.
Dale.
Oh yeah.
Dale looks like her.
Yeah.
Fully. Everyone was
Dale
saying
looks
it
like
when
Leanne Rimes, so it's all in the family. They're cousins.
Yeah, true.
Okay, next.
So, yeah.
Who else was there on that list, Sam? There was someone who looked like
Anna.
Jackson,
Anna
no?
looks like Hannah B.
Yeah.
Oh, Anna kind of gives me the Hannah B
Oh.
vibes, minus like the southern side.
Just less like country vibes.
Yeah.
She's
Like
more
the city
their
version. If
face.
Hannah B grew up in the city.
Yeah.
Jasenia is Catherine Lowe.
Gadici. Isn't it Gadici?
Yeah,
You know what? I don't know how to say her last name, so we're just gonna go with her married name, which is Lowe.
Catherine Lowe. Yeah.
Yep, they are sisters.
Another really good call that Leanna had was that Mari looks like BB Rexa.
Yeah, their faces are identical. Like,
Identical.
they're identical. Like take away the hair and like the body because the body's but the face and it's like the eyebrows, I think too.
Yeah.
Like gun to the head.
someone-
If someone said describe BB Rex, I would be like, I've never seen this person before in my life. Like
I think it's because I saw the Jonas Brothers concert like 3 times. And she
Yeah,
No.
BB Rexa.
Why-
She produces.
I know who she is,
every
but
song.
like I don't know what she looks like. Like I don't
I
know.
don't think
She
that's
looks like
it.
Mari.
Mari is like someone from like a reality show, something Kardashian related, something Real Housewives related. Like it's gonna come to me.
Okay,
It might be in a
well,
dream. It might
maybe
be
by
during an
next week.
episode. We don't know.
Maybe
Yeah,
next
by
by
next
next week you'll be
Yeah.
able to address it.
Do we have
Another-
another?
Yeah, we have MJ who looks like Lily James. So Donna in Mamma Mia 2.
Oh yeah, that was a good call too with the curly blonde hair.
the curly
That
blonde
wasn't
hair.
me.
Oh.
I rarely
Jamie.
make a good
It
call.
was actually Jamie Maldo.
Jamie,
Oh.
my sister. Yeah, shout out.
Shout out to Jamie. And then we have Rachel. So sorry.
No, you go.
Rachel looks like Erin Silver from 90210.
I'm trying to remember who Erin Silver really looks like.
Oh, actually, someone
No.
else just told me before that they think that Rachel looks like Miranda Kerr.
Oh, yeah, I could see that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
A
I
little
see
bit.
that better.
that's a good one. She she had Orlando Bloom, and now she has the CEO of Snapchat, a little twiggy Jew,
She's living.
I love it.
but like living.
Welcome
Living.
to
She
the
was
tribe.
living.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah. So
Well, there's
those
one
are our
more.
main-
Serena looks like
Oh,
which
yeah.
Serena? Fiona in Shameless. Which
Fiona Gallagher.
Yeah, they have very
I
similar.
would
But which
assume
Serena?
Serena P.
Okay, Serena. P
Right?
looks
Oh no,
like-
sorry, not
no,
Serena.
it's Sydney.
Sydney.
Oh,
That was my bad.
Oh yeah.
Sydney.
I see
was-
that.
Like they have that
The
like,
mouth.
really big smile, like the big teeth. big
Okay.
The bottom
big
half
eyes.
of the face.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
see it.
So
Yeah.
Sydney looks like Fiona in Shameless.
Yes,
Yes.
sorry, not Serena.
Emmy Rossum.
Yeah.
Emmy Rossum.
Yes.
Exactly.
It was really good.
We
Yeah.
love Emmy Rossum.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did we like forget anything about our Bachelor recap? I feel like we like talked about everything we wanted to say. I feel
Well, like obviously there's just so much more to say, but we're gonna.
I know, but
bore people.
the key points I feel like were hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like the key points were hit. And I also feel like what the best part about this podcast is that every week we're going to record it on Tuesday. So The Bachelor is going to be fresh in our minds. We're going to talk about The Bachelor. If there's more to talk about, we'll spend more time on it. If there's less, we'll probably still spend more time on it,
Yeah.
realistically.
Realistically.
And yeah, this was so fun,
It
guys.
was like a great first
fun.
episode. I loved hashing it out with all of you.
I
let
loved it.
further hash.
Oh,
Yeah. And you can find us on all social media platforms, especially Instagram at Rehashing Podcast. We'll be posting stories throughout the week, pop culture related and Bachelor related, of course. And if you ever have a story that you want us to recap or anything, you could always slide into our DMs.
Or send us an email, rehashingpodcast@gmail.com.
That too. And this is new for all of us. So,
So
you know,
fun!
we're figuring it
Sam.
out. We're having
don't
fun.
be mean.
So
Yeah, share it with your friends. Listen on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, anywhere you listen to podcasts. We have the video version of this up on YouTube if you're watching this. Hello.
Hi.
And that's
Yeah.
really it for episode 1.
We look forward to hashing it out with you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.